Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster. If you guys didn't know, Hasbro is actually holding a panel at New York Comic-Con in less than a week, and there they're going to be revealing some brand new Black Series and Vintage Collection products. We haven't gotten a Black Series reveal in a few months, and so it's about time that we're going to be getting some more here, and I'm so excited to see what it's going to be. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about all of my predictions for what I think is going to get revealed at New York Comic-Con. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing that we're going to look at as far as Black Series goes is Black Series rumors. Yakface has his intercepted transmissions on his website, and that's always a great way to see what some of the Black Series rumored figures are going to be. And typically the figures at the top of this list are the ones that are next to be revealed at Comic-Cons and events like this. And so if you haven't checked out Yakface yet, he's always linked down below in the description. Make sure to go check him out. But at the very top of this list, it says Boba Fetts, but it says Fetts plural as more than one Boba Fett. So I do think something interesting is going to happen here, and I think we're going to get two separate Boba Fetts revealed at this event. The first Boba Fett I think we're going to be getting is the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. We already have an Empire Strikes Back Boba in the line, but it came out in 2013, and since then we've only gotten re-releases of that original 2013 figure, and we have not gotten a new version of Boba Fett since then. We have gotten Boba Fetts from Return of the Jedi, the Book of Boba Fett show, and the Mandalorian, but as far as Empire Strikes Back goes, we haven't gotten a new version yet, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to take the Revenge of the Sith sculpt that we did get back a few years ago, and they're just going to repaint it to be a Empire Strikes Back version, which honestly I think is a really good idea. That sculpt is amazing, and it's one of the best Boba Fetts that we have in the line, and so just repainting that with the Empire Strikes Back colors would be killer, and it would just give us another version of Boba into the line that we do desperately need an update for. So I think this is a great idea, and I cannot wait to see this figure revealed. The next version of Boba Fett I think we're going to be getting is a Book of Boba Fett Boba. And you're probably wondering, hey Luke, we already have a Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett in the line. And you're right, we do. But this is actually based off his appearance from the end of The Mandalorian, where he basically kills Bib Fortuna and sits down on the throne. And it's a great outfit, but it's not actually the outfit that we see in the Book of Boba Fett. That one is a different outfit where he's got a little bit more tighter fitting pants. On the throne here, he's got these big baggy parachute pants. And the Boba Fett version is actually a little bit more tighter fitting, form-fitting pants, and so, you know, it's very subtle differences, but they are different figures. TVC did get both versions, and I think this will be a great way to get both versions into the Black Series, because that is the primary outfit he wears in the Book of Boba Fett TV show. I think it would be good to get it into the line. Next up on the list is a Night Trooper disguised version of Ezra Bridger. And honestly, I think this is really, really good. Not necessarily because it's another Ezra figure. I love Ezra, and I'd love to get this version of his disguise in the line. But because it's probably going to bring another version of a Night Trooper into the line that you can army build, which I really like. The Night Trooper that we already have is fantastic. It's one of the best Stormtroopers ever made, and so I really want to army build more of them, and so hopefully this will give us a different kind of weathering, cracked look pattern to it, to where you can army build multiple different versions of this weathered design, and I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. And also, if you don't like that, army building's not your thing, you can have another Ezra figure, which I think is also pretty cool. But this one has been on the rumor list for like almost a year now, so I would not be surprised if this one got revealed at the stream. It just feels like it's been so long now without any reveal. Next up on the list is a single release of R5-D56. If you guys don't know who this is the droid from the first episode of Star Wars Visions, and we already have a version of this character in the line because he already came out in the Celebration exclusive 2-pack. This one, of course, is the version in black and white, which is pretty accurate to what we saw in the TV show because the episode was in black and white. But this one is a colorized version. If you guys didn't know, Hasbro released the 2-pack, but they also released a single release of the Ronin, but colorized. So instead of being all in black and white, it's kind of in color, I guess. I think this is kind of stupid because the show is in black and white, and so they're kind of basing this colorization off of nothing. So, I mean, I guess it's okay, and it'll be a great way for people to get this figure if you didn't want to spend so much on the 2-pack, because the 2-pack is like $70, so it is really expensive. But I do think it's a little strange because it's not really based on anything. But, you know, to each their own. Up next is the blinded version of Kanan Jarrus from Star Wars Rebels, and honestly, I think this one makes a lot of sense. Over the last few years, we've gotten a ton of remakes of Rebels characters, especially with the Ahsoka show. With the Ahsoka show, we got a re-release of Chopper, we got a remake of Hera, Sabine, and Ezra, and then I'm almost positive with the release of Mandalorian and Grogu, we're going to see a new version of Zeb come out, and so Kanan is the only Rebels crew member that's kind of been left out there, and so I think getting a blind version of Kanan is a great way to get him into the line, and also it's just a version of Kanan that we don't have yet, so this one's really cool. It makes a lot of sense, and I do think he has a pretty good shot of getting revealed here at Comic-Con, just because, again, he's also been rumored for like almost a year now, and we haven't heard anything about him, so I think he does have a pretty good shot at getting revealed. And then next up on the list is a BlackSeries Carson Teva. This one actually, again, makes a lot of sense. We did already see him in TVC, and typically when you see something in TVC or you see something in BlackSeries, there's a pretty good chance it'll translate over to the other line. And Carson Teva has been a pretty large role in some of these Mandoverse projects like The Mandalorian, the Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, and so I have no doubt that he's going to get a BlackSeries figure at some point. And yeah, I think this one is another figure that would be a great reveal for New York Comic Con, but honestly, this one is really exciting because it brings the possibility of a brand new X-Wing pilot body for the BlackSeries. That figure is like from 2013, and it really sucks. We got a Snowspeeder Luke, and that was a huge upgrade, but as far as an X-Wing pilot body goes, that's not like the big bulky Snowspeeder outfit. It's something that we desperately need in the BlackSeries, and this would be a good opportunity to get an updated version in the line, and I really hope that's the case because we do desperately need an updated X-Wing pilot body in the BlackSeries. So yeah, fingers crossed this is the case because it's desperately needed. Next up, we have some more code names for figures from various TV shows. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what these figures are because there's not a character attached to them, but there's 2 from Ahsoka, 2 from Rebels, and 2 from Tales. As far as the Ahsoka figures go, one of them I think is going to be an Ahsoka the White, but with her white cloak. It's something that the original single release didn't come with, and of course, Ahsoka the White is iconic for her white cloak, and so I think they're going to pull one of those fast, like, Walmart or Target exclusives with the cloak. They did it for both Balin and Shin, and so I think they're going to do the exact same thing for Ahsoka the White, which honestly is a little unfortunate. I don't like that they do this, but I do think that's going to be the case for one of these Ahsoka figures. For the other one, honestly, I think it's going to be another version of Anakin Skywalker. This one, I think, is going to be from the World Between Worlds, where specifically he has the Sith eyes and the red Skywalker lightsaber. I think it's a good version of him to get into the line, and it allows people who didn't get the San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack to get a hold of that Sith eyes head. As far as the Rebels character goes, I think one of them has got to be Agent Kallus. He's a big bad of the show. He's a main villain, and he's pretty obviously missing from the BlackSeries, and so I think this one makes perfect sense to release into the line, and it's just something that we've been missing for quite some time. So as far as Rebels figures go, I think he's got to be on it. The other one is kind of up in the air at the moment. I don't really have a prediction for the other one. As far as the Tales figures go, I think Jedi Dooku is the most obvious answer for that. He's an iconic character from one of the best arcs in that show, and it's a figure that we don't have in the line yet. I think it's also one of the most highly desirable characters from Tales of the Jedi, so I think this one would be a great guess for a Tales of the Jedi figure. As far as the other Tales go, I don't really know what this is from. It could be Tales of the Underworld, Tales of the Empire, but I do think a good answer for what this could be is got to be the Inquisitor from Tales of the Jedi. I think he's got one of the coolest designs for any Inquisitor, and of course, he's just a popular character. A lot of people saw him on screen and really wanted to get a figure of him, and so as far as like highly demanded characters go from the Tales stories, I think these 2 are going to be the most of them. There's also some more prequel characters on here from like Phantom Menace and Attack the Clones, as well as some Gaming Greats figures. One is specifically from the Force Unleashed, and honestly, a Force Unleashed figure I think has got to go to a Lord Starkiller. He's easily the second most iconic Starkiller outfit behind the main outfit, and it's just such a cool design. They can probably reuse a lot of the Starkiller pieces that are already out there, which is good too, and so I think this is a no-brainer for Hasbro. It's also something that Hot Toys already made too, and so it just makes a lot of sense that this would be put into the Gaming Greats line, and I think it definitely has the like fan demand behind it as well. But you probably noticed there's also a Mandalorian and Grogu figure on here too, and I think this could be a ton of different options because I think that movie's going to be big and Hasbro's going to go pretty hard with it, and so is Disney and Lucasfilm. They're going to want to put out a lot of figures for the movie because it's going to be, of course, a blockbuster. At least that's what they want it to be, and so I think this one is going to be pretty standard, but I think it's going to be just a normal Din Djarin figure. I don't think it's going to be anything too special because I think they want to get it out before the movie, so there's not going to be anything really different. It'll probably just be a repack of the Glavis Ringgold version into new packaging. But honestly, I think this one has a good chance of coming out here at this stream because the Mando Grogu movie is going to be out in like 6 months, and so they're going to want to get some figures announced and up for pre-order in advance so that there are Mando and Grogu figures on store shelves at the time the movie's coming out. And so I do think there is a really high chance we could get a Din Djarin or another Mando and Grogu figure revealed at this stream. But yeah, that is all of my predictions for New York Comic Con. Of course, I'll be covering all the reveals here on the channel, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any Black Series news. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.